Ready to take on the world? Moving to a different country is a huge growth opportunity, yet it can also be scary. So today we're going to talk about how you can actually go from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset to better improve your experience. So let's get into it. Hi, my name is Keanon Slade, and I have successfully fired. That is, I have achieved financial independence and retired early. And what's more, I'm here in sunny Costa Rica. And so if you're looking to make that particular change, whether it be Costa Rica or another place, you're in luck. I'm a life coach that helps good guys find a great life outside the US. So let's jump into today's topic. Moving to a different country, yeah, it can be intimidating. I know when I was on my journey, it was like, all right, I'm ready to pull the trigger, I'm ready to jump. And as my plan started coming together, it was like, I started freaking out. It's like, wow, this is working. What do we do? Okay, we got a date, we got some plans, we sold the house, we sold the cars, we sold the clothes. You start freaking out. It's actually could be something that's very intimidating to make that change. The one thing which actually helped was I had people who were in my corner. I had family, I had friends that were in my corner. They encouraged me from time to time. I had one friend in particular that told me this thing, which I will share with you. It's, you can always move back. And I was like, but I sold my house. And she's like, you can buy another one. And I was like, I can't argue with that. You can make these wonderful life choices. You can move through fear, move past fear, because fear is gonna be there. But you gotta realize that don't let fear stop you from thinking about, is there a way to get around it or to get through it or to resolve the thing that I'm scared of? The first thing that you gotta do is realize that, yeah, it's going to be intimidating, but it's going to be okay. And what I mean by okay, it's these feelings are normal. Whenever you go through a big change in life, you could be going down the street like, this is a new job. Yeah, you can be excited and scared all at the same time. But those feelings are normal. And honestly, once you get to it, get through it, then it becomes okay. If this sounds something like you're resonating with, or you find yourself like, okay, I'm going to retire and do something one day. I'm going to move out of the country one day when the kids get older, when they have kids and the grandkids, and the great, whatever your story is, I want you guys to actually wait to the very end, because I want you to put all this stuff together so that it actually makes sense to be able to help you, so that you're no longer making excuses and moving from that mindset to something that's growth. This is very important for you because, in a fixed mindset, it's like, if I go and everything's not perfect, I'm a failure. It's like a no-win situation. If it's not perfect, or if I didn't exceed the first time, or if I didn't get it all right the first time, then you're gonna lose. But the growth mindset says, hey, there's a new challenge. We can learn and grow. I want you guys to be able to get all of that. So stay tuned to the very end and don't miss a point. The next would be to embrace the unknown. And so when you're moving into a different country, everything is unfamiliar. You might have visited there, you might have taken the vacation spots and been there as a tourist, but then at some point when you're like, hey, I think I want to go to this country because one, it economically makes sense. I think we can have a purpose here, things like that. You're going to be like, oh, I'm here now, but I don't know the language, or I don't know how to get around, or how do I get to point A? What do I say at the bank? Those things actually help you grow. You need that curiosity. You need to never not stop growing, to be quite honest. And I said that, alluded to that in one of my other videos. Retirement to me is not the lack of growing, because you need to grow all through your life. Because there's a saying, if you're not growing, you're dead. And so you want to be able to actually grow, whether it's in a skill set, a mindset, and a new talent, something like that. You want to be able to grow. These are the things that you actually need to do to be able to switch. You need to be able to look at opportunities or challenges or whatever, however you perceive them, and then take it and say, hey, yeah, that hurt, that stung, that I didn't get, maybe I was a little embarrassed, but next time it's going to be different, because I'm going to do and put in the work that it takes to change myself, so that, the situation and the outcome comes better. This begins to get you on continuous improvement. This all comes with embracing the unknown. If you just reject the unknown, then you actually never grow. And that is not a good place to be. If you're looking to find out more resources, I want you guys to click the link below, especially if you guys are looking to relocate and your goal is actually to get to fire, whether that's before or after you relocate, and actually just part of the journey of things that you really should have under your tool belt. then I want you guys to click the link below to actually get the freebie that I'm leaving behind for you. The next is simply this: don't be a perfectionist. Emphasize progress over perfection. Because most of the time, especially if you're like me, I've been in IT for 27 years. I'm like, all right, I got it. By that 27 years later, I could answer stuff in my sleep. And sometimes I did, like 3 o'clock in the morning. What should you do? Okay, yes, that's the correct answer. You win. Now it's like, I feel like a first grader when it's, especially when I first got to Costa Rica, it was like, say hi. Hola. But now it's buenas, como está, todo bien, and all of that. It's being able to say, okay, I'm not going to have it perfect. I'm not going to get it right. There's times when, especially with Spanish or locations and things like that, Spanish in particular, in this example, it's, I think I got it down. I got 4 years under my belt, almost 5, and it's like, I got the Spanish thing down. And then I talk to somebody and it's like, you get that panic. Oh my goodness, I don't have this perfect. And that's okay, because I'm progressing. And it's okay. Before I didn't understand anybody. Now maybe I understand 8 out of 10 people, and I can talk to 8 out of 10 people with hour-long conversations. That's a lot better than it was a few years ago. And so those are things that you have to do on your journey. Like, you have to be able to say, hey, I'm progressing in this new thing. I wanted to go on this journey. And as a journey, it means that I'm progressing. I'm taking one step, whether it be physical or metaphorically, I'm taking one step forward. There's a saying in Spanish here in Costa Rica, it's poco a poco, little by little. And so you're doing a lot of little right things to get you to the right place. That is more important than this big, everything's perfect. I'm fluent in Spanish. Let's go to Costa Rica. I'm ready. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Or I have everything that I thought I was gonna do and everything's gonna be perfect. Last night, it just happened. Yeah, those things just don't happen. And so you have to emphasize progress over perfection in all aspects of your life and in your journey. The question for you today is, have you ever felt afraid of the unknown or taking on new challenges? And how did you overcome those fears? I want you to comment below and you share your experiences with others, and maybe we can work through some of those things or learn from them. So, on to the next one. Now, here's something that you probably won't hear, especially if you have a fixed mindset. I want you guys to seek out new challenges. That is part of a growth mindset. To say, hey, this is a new opportunity. I'm going to this country. It could be any country. And I'm going to go there. I'm not going to have everything down, but I'm going to seek out new challenges, which means maybe I'm going to get into a program, a cultural center, and help out and maybe teach people English, and I'm going to learn their language. Or I'm going to go help clean the community, and yes, I don't know the language, but I'm going to be a part of something. So if that's what is challenging to you, that is your growth opportunity. That helps you grow. And once you start accomplishing that, and that wasn't so scary to help out. That wasn't so scary to speak and stumble through the words. It didn't feel good, but afterwards, I now got a new friend. You're going to find a lot of different things happen, magical things happen outside of your comfort zone. And it causes you to seek out new challenges. And for those who maybe more or less in the beginning, like, okay, I'm ready to fire, but I need to maybe change my career, seek those new challenges. If you're going to actually, do something different or want something different, you got to do something different. There was a lot of times when I was like, okay, I wanted more pay, but I was so scared to seek new challenges, to go into a different place to work. Because like, I know this job, hey, it's comfortable. I know I don't make a lot of money, and you hear that excuse all the time. I don't make a lot of money. I don't get paid what I'm worth, but I love hearing it's just a little bit of, it's not a lot of work, it's not a lot of effort. That's not necessarily a great thing. I'm not telling you to go stress yourself out and put yourself in a bad place, but you need to be able to stretch yourself. Once you start stretching yourself, goals like fire, switching your income so that you can basic fire or fat fire, because you learn great spending and investment strategies, and you realize that freedom is more important than being captive by small income and high expenses. Yeah, you don't want to be in debt. And so those things are seeking out new challenges and doing what it takes to get there. So again, if you are one of those people that are like, hey, it will be easier for me to take the skills that I have, do it remotely, make the US income, and live in another country, then that's a stretch. And we probably need to talk. Click the link below. And so those are the things that will help make you a better individual. It's not just habits, it's not just doing certain practices, it'll make you into a different person. And so go out and seek the challenge. The next thing is surround yourself with positivity. A lot of times we don't take in how much negative stuff impacts us. And we're thinking, oh, we're just watching the news and it's negative, 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 because they get paid to push that. It's not just affecting the thing that we're talking about in the news, it's affecting your outlook on other things in life that is like, oh, well, I can't do that. Because you have installed the sense of negativity, fear, and different things like that. Now, I'm not saying just, if you remember the pictures of the monkeys, it's like, oh, no, hear no evil, see no evil. I guess speak no evil. I don't know. It's not that. If you are a person who wants to be a politician and you're going to be the one to vote and do that stuff, and yeah, I'm all for it. But if you're just going to be the person that just sits there and complains about it, or it's just going to be like, your journey is over here and it's talking about over there, and it's just, even if you want the news, there's other things that you can be involved in that can actually help you without getting all the, let's just say, negative. And if you want to change your environment, change where you're at, yeah, it's probably over here and not over there. And so those are aspects that you need to actually change so that you can have positive change in your life and not feel like you're going to be pushing up a rock up the hill, if you will, when you try to do something new. Because every time that you take in all the negative stuff and then you're like, let me do something new and courageous, and there's so much against me because there's so bad in the world. The world is the world, and we all live in it. And there's no place. Costa Rica is not perfect. I won't even lie to you. Whatever country that you're thinking of because you think the United States is bad, it's going to be better. No, they're not perfect either. There's something wrong with it somewhere. Now, whether your perspective on it makes it huge and sometimes even bigger than what it is, or your perspective is smaller, that's going to be up to you. And the same thing happens in the United States. There are things that I talk to people, and the thing for them is actually not to leave the States, is actually to begin to change their perspective and stop making something so big, or change their job or change their situation because they're focusing on the negative things which are developing to follow the dream. That brings us to the 6th point. I want you guys to continue to learn, to keep on learning. And so if you're sitting there and you're like, when I get to my retirement, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to hang out and do nothing. It might be good for a few months, again, but if you're a person of purpose, you should help others. You should keep learning, whether that be new languages. If you're in a different country, there's going to be new food, exploring new places, exploring new circles. If you've had the same friends for 30 years, that's awesome. Maybe as long as they're good friends and good friends that are helping, when you want to do something good versus that crab mentality, changing or adding. You don't even have to get rid of the old ones necessarily if they're good. And that happens if you go to a different country. You're going to be finding new circles. And you're like, the first set of circles may be like, it doesn't feel comfortable. It's not like my 30-year-old group. Again, it's about growth. And so you're going to continue to learn like, okay, I want a different quality of friends, not just the ones that are saying me friend, because everybody says me friend is not a good friend. And so you're going to be able to find different circles and take different opportunities, finding new cultures, new different places. Yes, it applies to friends, food, but education. Like I said, Spanish, for me, I'm sitting here learning that I've had certain things that are good in my life, especially when it comes to mindset, and certain things that actually could be changed. It's okay, I'm learning. I'm not perfect. I'm progressing, especially when it comes to like businesses. I feel like that most of my life my identity was my success. So whether it was in corporate or in business, good day, good month. I was like, happy, sad, sad, happy, sad, sad. And that's why I got really good, because I wasn't sad. So, but my identity should never have been tied to whether I succeed or fail. My identity is actually tied into Christ. And so whether I fail or succeed, that's neither here nor there. And success is good, but failure is not necessarily bad. Failure is teaching a story. What can I do better? And so I don't have to go, I failed. It's just something I have to get through. That is actually crucial to your part of the journey. Even now, I just finished up a Christian seminary course. It was all in Spanish. And, it's like, I thought I got Spanish down. But there was times when it was like, okay, we went through the whole class and I got 20% of that. Let me read the book. You're always learning. And so that's the place that you want to be. Now, if this is resonating with you, is coming together and you think, hey, I need a change, I'm ready for the change, especially I'm ready to leave the country, and I looked at my options and I know that I'm going to have to grow for that, then I want you to definitely click the link below, because you're going to have some tools underneath your tool belt to make this journey, and you definitely want to be of the growth mindset. I will see you on the other side.